All right, welcome back. We're going to get started on the unit review. So we've gone through all the lessons in Unit 5, and now I'm going to work through the Unit 5 additional practice, which is what I use for the review. And this starts on page 49. So if you want to jump over to page 49, I will get started on the review. Okay, so here we are. It says here that this mobile balances. Okay, there isn't enough information to find the values of these shapes, but we can think about the relationships between the shapes. Okay, it looks like here I've got 2 and 3 moons and a star and a moon. And it says, can we for sure say that this mobile balances? Okay, so I had 2 and 1, so 2 and 1, and then I had 1 and 3. So yes, this one's gonna balance because it's just it's rearranged. It's the same, just rearranged. Same as first, just different order. Okay, now on this side, we have 2 moons and 2 stars, which you don't have over here. I have 2 moons and 1 star, which I don't have over here. So it looks like here they may have just moved one of these stars or one of these moons to the other side, and I can't do that. So no, and a star switched with a moon. So we just move this from this side over to this side. Just moved a moon over. So we'd have 2 stars and 2 moons, 1 star. So you can't just move them from one side to the other. Okay, here we have 2 moons and 1 star. So here, if I cancel a moon and I cancel a star, I know that 2 moons is 1 star. So 2 moons is 1 star. Yes, we canceled like shapes. Okay, on number 2, based on the balance mobile above, determine if these equations are true or false. Okay, so 3 moons plus a star, which was the original one, equals a moon plus 2 stars. So true. 4 moons, 3 stars. So 4 moons equals 3 stars. So they just flip-flop these. This is false. Okay, 2 moons and a star equals 2 stars. So what they did there is they just canceled out one of the moons. So that would be true. Okay, 2 moons and a star, which is right here. And we said that was always true. 3 moons, a moon, and a star. So they canceled out a star. So 3 moons, a moon, and a star. That is true. A moon plus 2 stars, which is what we have here, equals a star plus 3 moons. That's true. 3 of the following changes will keep the mobile balance. Cross out the 3 that won't. Okay, if I add 3 circles to the right side, okay, if I just add 3 to this side, that will not be true. You can't do that. Remember, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Add 2 clovers to both sides. That's good. Move all the shapes so all 5 circles are on the left and both hexagons are on the right. You can't just move shapes to one side. Okay, if I take 4 circles off of this side, I got to take 4 circles off of this side. Subtract a circle from both sides. That works. Cross out both hexagons. Okay, so we're canceling out one from each side. That works. Subtract 3 circles from the left side. I cannot do it just to one side. Okay, so that one didn't work. Problem 4, solve the mobile puzzle, keeping track of your steps. Perform the same steps on the equation. Solve for S, then check that your solutions match. Okay, so we're going to solve this first. So I can cross out a star. Okay, here if I combine these, I get 16. If I take 2 away from here, I take 2 away from here, and I get 14. I have 2 stars left. So 14 divided by 2 would be 7. Now, if I come over here and solve this, if I combine these two, I have S plus 16 equals 2 plus 3S. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I get S plus 14 equals 3S. If I subtract an S from both sides, I get 14 equals 2S, and then divide by 2. 14 divided by 2 is 7, so S is 7. Here we're doing the same thing, but I have to show my mobile here. So I have a circle, and then the number 10, and another circle equals the number 4 plus 3 circles. Okay, we're going to cross out the circles. Here I have 1 circle, and I'm going to get rid of the 4 here. So if I 10 minus the 4 would be 6. So 6 equals your 1 circle. Let's check that over here. I'm going to add your 2 circles. So that's 2C plus 10 equals 4 plus 3C. Subtract 2C from both sides. Those cancel. You get 10 equals 4 plus C. Subtract 4. 10 minus 4 is 6 equals C. And no, we have the same answer there. Okay, let's flip over to page 50. We actually have quite a few problems here in this review. I think there's 62 problems here. Okay, number 6. Complete the tables using Jay's method. And if you remember Jay's method was keeping everything as the whole thing. Okay, so here our instructions here are think of a number. Okay, and then they took that number and added 4. Divide 20 by the result. So here they put that result under 20. Here they subtracted 1 from that result. So subtract 1. And then here they multiplied by 6. Okay, here they give us all the instructions and we have to fill in the rule. So think of a number H, we're going to add 5. So H plus 5. Multiply the result by 2. So we're going to take this result and multiply it by 2. They kind of helped us out there. And then add 13. So I still have that top rule. I'm just going to add 13 to it. Okay, and then divide the result by 9. Okay, and I'm not quite sure how they got this. I would write it 2h plus 5 plus 13 over 9. See, this has a K in it. I think this is the wrong thing there. That's not right. Okay, here we have some mystery puzzle number puzzles kind of going along with the system of equations here. So I'm going to switch to a pencil here. Okay, what could the butterfly, star, and triangle be? Okay, I know that if I add these and multiply these two together, I get this same number here. Okay, I get this same number, whatever this whole thing may be. So the only way to do that is to take 2 plus 2 and 2 times 2. Okay, so this whole thing must equal 4. So a triangle and a star must equal 4. Okay, this was 2. So if these two have to equal 4, I could have a 1 and a 3, or a 3 and a 1. So if a star here, I got 1 plus 2 would be 3, that would work. Okay, so it's all about just plugging in some numbers and seeing what works here. Okay, so I have a pentagon plus a pentagon equals a circle. A kite times a kite equals a pentagon. So we've got some things around here that we can work with. So let's just plug in a number here. Let's say that this is well, if I make this a 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, then this would have to be a 1. And the only way to do that is if these are 1s and they can't be the same number. So what if this is a 2? 2 plus 2 is 4. This would be 2. Well, then these would have to be different numbers. Okay, so let's try. If these are 1s, and this would have to be, let's try these being 2s. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And then 2 times 4 is also the 8. So circle is going to be your 8. Your pentagon is going to be a 4. Your kite is going to be a 2 for that one. Okay, down here on some of these matching ones, these are nice because it gives you kind of a word bank here. Okay, match the expression with the set of instructions. So think of a number, add 4. So this one adds 4, this one adds 4. This one, the first thing's not add 4. This one adds 4. This one, the first one's not add 4. So we got these 3 are add 4 first. Then divide by 3. So we're taking and you can write it out over here. You've got, think of a number, they're using m. So m plus 4, divide by 3, subtract 8, and then take that whole thing times 5. Anything look like that? It looks like this one does. Think of a number, m, add 4, multiply by 5, subtract 8, and then divide by 3. That looks like this one. That's B. Think of a number, multiply by 5, add 4, divide by 3, subtract 8. Okay, so 5m plus 4, 3 minus 2. That goes there. And then sometimes these can match up a little bit differently with these. This one, I'm thinking of a number and dividing by 3 first. None of those divide by 3, so that's a D. Think of a number, multiply by, add 4. So that's both of these. Divide, multiply by 5. Okay, this one's add 4, multiply by 5. Then this is divide by 3, and that's not it. So this is also D. Okay, here, again, we can think of these and then find the one it matches with. So think of a number, divide by 2. So think of a number, divide by 2. I'm subtracting 3, subtract 3. Then I multiply by 9 and then add 7. So this is C. Here's think of a number, subtract 3. So think of a number, subtract 3. I multiply by 9. That's not that one. think of a number, subtract 3, multiply by 9, then I add 7, and then divide by 2. So that's B. Think of a number I multiply by 9 first, which I don't see any of those multiplying by 9 first. Okay, think of a number, subtract 3, then I divide by 2, then I add 7, and then I divide by or multiply by 9. So this is A. I think of a number, subtract 3, I multiply by 9. So subtract 3, multiply by 9, then I divide by 2. That's not that, that's not that. So this one is also D. It's not any of those instructions. So make sure you can walk your way through some of those instructions. So again, we're going to complete the tables here using Jay's instructions. Oh, if you look here, this one looks like this one. So those are exactly the same there. Okay, so think of a number n, divide by 2. So that's n divided by 2. Add 8. So that's n over 2 plus 8. Multiply by 10. So that's 10 times n over 2 plus 8. Make sure we got those parentheses there. Subtract the result from 15. So you have 15 minus that result. So 10 n over 2 plus 8. Okay, on this one, we got to add the instructions in as well. So we have think of a number. Okay, divide. Okay, but we got to look down here. So it looks like they divided 40 by this number. So divide 40 by the result. So 40 divided by the result, which was K. Then we're going to subtract 21. Okay, and then from here to here, okay, looks like we're going to have to multiply by 3. So that's 3, 40 over K minus 21 in parentheses, and then we add 81. All right, for each algebraic expression, write the instructions step by step in the correct order. Okay, so we have think of a number, then we multiply by 4 there. Then we took that and added 5, and then we divided that by 3. Okay, here we're going to think of a number. Multiplied it by 3. Divided that by 5. And then added 4. Okay. They give you kind of a clue here, subtract from 8. So here we're going to think of a number. And then we subtract that number from 8. I could have put the word it in there. Subtract it from 8. Or I could have put the result, subtract the result from 8. Multiply by 3. And then add 1. All right, 25 through 34. All of these are just matching with the sentences here. Okay. And there is a none of the above on this one, but not on this one. Okay, subtract 5 from Y. So this one subtracts 5 from Y. 5 minus Y. 5 minus Y. Subtract twice Y from 5. So twice y would be 2y, and you're subtracting it from 5. That would be right there. 5 less than twice y. So again, that's twice y, that's 2y, and then 5 less would be right here. And then this is 10 less than y, and I don't see that one there. All right, over here, subtract 2b from 5. So this is 5 from 2b. Subtract 5 from 2b. So this one's actually E down there. And I just need to switch the order. Subtract 2b from 5. That one goes there. Subtract b from 5, then square the result. So subtract b from 5, and then I square it. Okay. Subtract 5 from b, then double the result, which double the result means multiply by 2. Subtract b from 5, then double the result. So this one goes up here. All right, turn the page. On page 52, number 35 here at the top. This is more of just the matching. Okay, match each expression with a set of instructions. Okay, think of a number, subtract 8. We subtracted 8. Multiply by 5. We did that. Divide by set. Oh, they added 6. Okay. Think of a number, divide by 17. No. Think of a number, subtract 8. Yeah. Multiply by 5. No. So this one must be D. Think of a number, divide by 17. Subtract 8. Multiply by 5. Add 6. So this one is B. Here we thought of a number, subtracted 8. Then divided by 17. That's not that one. Subtract 8, divide by 17. We add 6 and then multiply by 5. It's that one. Think of a number, subtract 8. Multiply by 5. Add 6, divide by 17. So this is A. Okay, here we thought of a number multiplied by 5 first, and I don't see a multiply by 5. So there's 2 that get none of the above. All right, here we think of a number and add 32. So think of a number, add 32. Then we divide it by 8. That's not that one. Add 32, divide by 8. Subtract 2, multiply. Okay, so C goes to this one. Think of a number, add 32. So think of a number, add 32. Multiply by 11. Subtract 2. No. Think of a number, add 32, multiply. No. So this one is D. Think of a number, multiply by 11. Then we added 32, divide by 8, and subtract 2. So A goes right here. Think of a number, divide by 8. Think of a number, no. None of them divide by 8 first. So that's none of the above. Think of a number, add 32, multiply by 11, divide by 8, and then subtract 2. So this one is B. Okay, so look through all your options with those. Okay, 45 through 48. In each problem, write only the instruction that was performed last. You can refer to the result of the earlier instruction by saying the result. So subtract the result from 4. Here's our result, and we're multiplying it by 7. So multiply the result by 7. Okay, right here's my result, and I'm subtracting it from 10. So subtract the result from 10. Okay, on this one, here is our result. We're dividing it by 3. So divide the result by 3. Now here, 49 through 54, practice solving the equations by covering up all but the last instruction, and then undo the trick in the order. Okay. So this is the result. So 48 divided by what is 8? That would be 6. So the 3x needs to be a 6. So 3 times what number is 6? And that would be 2. Here we have 18 divided by what number is 6? That would be 3. So then m minus 10 has to equal 3. And then what number minus 10 is 3? Would be 13. Okay, here's kind of a larger one. We're covering up h plus 5. So 20 minus what number is 8? That would be 12. Okay, and then what number plus 5 is 12? H has to be 7. 7 plus 5 gives you the 12. Okay, here's kind of a multi-step one. So what number, okay, we're going to cover up this whole thing. What number minus 2 is 0? So that's going to be 2. Then cover up the b plus 1. So what number divided by 7 is 2? 14 divided by 7 is 2. And then what number plus 1 is 14? 13 plus 1 is 14. Okay, again, this is a bigger one. The last step is add 15. So we're going to cover up 5p minus 1. So cover that up. What number plus 15 is 30? That's 15 plus 15 is 30. Then we're going to cover up the p minus 1. So 5 times what number is 15? That's 5 times 3. And then cover up the p minus 1. So what number minus 1 is 3? And that would be 4. So here we're covering up 3n over 4. So what number plus 1 is 7? That's 6. And then we're going to cover up 3n. So what number divided by 4 is 6? Maybe that's a harder one because they're bigger numbers. So 24 divided by 4. Excuse me, 24 divided by 4 is 6. And then we're going to cover up n. So 3 times what number is 24? And that is 8. So a lot of times on these, you really need to know your addition and multiplication facts to get these fairly quickly. Okay, kind of our last page here. Show your thinking as you solve these equations. So again, we're kind of looking at the same type of stuff with covering our hands, but notice we have the squares here. So if I cover this up, what numbers squared are 49? That would be 7 and negative 7. Okay, what number plus 5 is 7? That's 2. And then what number plus 5 is negative 7? And that would be negative 12. You can also just subtract 5 here. Minus 5, minus 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. And negative 7 minus 5 is negative 12. Okay, what number squared is 100? That would be 10. So n minus 8 equals 10, or n minus 8 equals negative 10. Okay, so here, what number minus 8 is 10? Or you could just add 8 there. So n is 18, or if I add 8 here, negative 10 plus 8 is negative 2. Remember when we did these, we said that the square had to be on a side all by itself. Okay, so we're going to need to think about, if I cover this up, what number 16 minus what number is 15? So I covered up c plus 8 squared. So 16 minus 1 is 15. So then what number squared is 1? So we covered up c plus 8. So 1 squared is 1, or c plus 8 equals -1 times -1 is 1. So if I subtract 8, 1 minus 8 is -7, or c could also be -1 minus -8. Sorry, -1 minus 8 is -9. So c could be -7 or -9. Okay, here, this is kind of a longer one. So I'm going to add 3 first. So 4, 10 minus k squared equals 16. 4 times what number is 16? Well, 4 times 4 is 16. So you have 10 minus k squared equals 4. What numbers squared are 4? So 10 minus k could equal 2, or 10 minus k could equal -2. Because 2 times 2 is 4, and -2 times -2 is also 4. Okay, 10 minus what number is 2? Well, 10 minus 8 is 2, or 10 minus what number is -2? That's 12. Okay, 10 minus 12 is -2. So those can be kind of difficult. Make sure we're practicing those and asking any questions that you have. Write 3 different equations using this mobile. Okay, so I've got lots of equations here I can use. So you could have tons of different options here. I know that this side equals this side. So pentagon plus a kite plus a star equals 2 circles plus a pentagon. I know that these two equal. So 2 kites plus 2 stars equals a kite plus 4 stars. And kind of one of the other obvious ones is I could add all of these up to equal 48. So I have 2 pentagons plus 4 kites plus 7 stars plus 2 circles equals 48. And those are just 3 options. There's a lot more options to that than what I listed. You could cancel some stuff if you really wanted, or kind of organize it however you want. Okay, use a mobile in 59, which was this one, to answer the problems. Draw the right number of stars to balance the kite out. So I'm going to switch to a pencil. Okay, so a kite here, if I cancel out this kite and I cancel out 2 stars, it looks like one kite is 2 stars. According to the mobile, what is the weight of a kite plus 4 stars? Okay, so 48 here. So if I split 48 in half, that's 24, 24. If I split that in half, this side is 12 and this side is 12. So a kite plus 4 stars equals 12. That's the weight of it. Okay, what does a star weigh? What does a kite weigh? Okay, so we got to kind of use this fact here. If I use these two to kind of balance things out, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and erase this stuff. Okay, so if I split this up, let's see here. Let's just plug a number in. If I make this a 1, so that's 1, 1, 1, 1, that's 4. So this needs to be 8. But if these two are 8, that's going to be way too much. Okay, so let's make this a 2. 2, 2, 2, 2. And I chose the star just because there's more of them. So this is 2, 4, 6, 8. So this needs to be a 4. If this is a 4 and this is a 4, that's 8. 2, and 2. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it looks like a star is 2 and a kite is 4. Draw the right number of circles to balance the stars. Okay, so this is 12 and this is 12. And we know that a star is 2 and a kite is 4. So that's 6. So this has to be a 6. Okay, so this is 6. So then a circle must be 3 each to get to 12. Okay, so I have these, this is 2, 4, 6. So this is 6. So I'm going to need 2 circles here to balance that out because a circle is worth 3. So I got 3, 3, which is 6. What does a circle weigh? Well, we just found that out is 3. According to the Mobile, what is the weight of 2 circles in a pentagon, which is right here? And we said that that weight is 12. And what does a pentagon weigh? That's 6. So we kind of found some of those answers before we actually needed them. Okay, our last 2 problems here are systems of equations. So we're going to kind of trial and error this thing to see what kind of results that we can get. So I see here we're adding a bunch of y's. So if I make y a 1, so 1, 1, 1, that means z is 3. And then if I multiply this by 1, that means, well, they have different values. So this would have to be a 3 in order for z to be a 3, and that can't happen. Okay. Let's see. Let's put a 2 here. So 2, 2, 2, that makes this 6. So this is 6. And then y is 2. So 2 times 3 is 6. So we got these 2 equations that work. So let's look here. So 3 times 3 plus 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 3 is 12, but z was not that. Okay. So I'm thinking that x actually has to be out, or y has to be bigger than x. So what if I try x to be 3? So let's say 3, 3, 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So if z is 12, this has to be 12. And that means this is 4, 4, and 4. Okay, so this is 4 and this is 3 and z is still 12. So those numbers work. So 3, 4, and 12. Again, it's a puzzle. We can do this trial and error stuff and have things work out. Okay, so I'm adding 2 things together to get a different value. We're going to take a divided by b to get a. And the only way, if you take any number divided by something to get itself back, that means that number has to be a 1. So b is going to be a 1. So 1, 1, 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So c has to be a 9. So this is 9. So what number plus 1 is 9? That means this has to be an 8. Okay, so this one was actually a little bit easier than this one, in my opinion. Okay, that is the whole review for the unit. Make sure you can work through those problems. Work through those. If you got questions, let me know and we will take our test in the next class. Thanks for watching all the videos this semester and good luck in your math future. Thanks for watching.